I text her, make sure she looks at
No, just
the
call her.
buses. I'm gonna do it now.
No, just call her.
Yeah. I was texting her while she was trying to figure it out.
Well, you know, honey, I believe in a phone call. Hey, everybody, how you
Hey
doing?
Zoe, the phone, the pot, was it an OL or did you have OL on?
Hey, Ciara.
Okay, take it out so they can. Okay.
Linda.
Remember, I told you that to
Daphne,
take off
Lorraine,
the OL
Will,
unless
hey,
you're going to communicate
Michael.
with us.
Oh, hey, sweetie. Hi, honey.
Okay,
Oh.
so please.
And
okay, because we're going to go syndicate next week.
oh, we got to get this right.
We can't.
Lorraine, what you going to do for me? That's how I feel. Mark Lovelace, thank you. 26 million, okay. Uninsured, how will they get medicine? And they're more than that because people are underinsured, your Pearl. Therese, Biden will win South Carolina. Should he, though? Do you think he should? Let me know. Do you think he's going to win by a lot? Call in. You know, everybody, Morning Stars, I want you all to call in. I want to hear your voices today. Please. 773-763-WCPT, 773-763-9278. Maybe one of you can be designated. Bab, I'd love to hear your voice. I'd love to hear everybody. Shirley from Philadelphia. But call in. Chaparral, call in. You know, Chaparral came down here with us. Can you believe it? Oh, yes, it was great. Lorraine, unbelievable. And we're going to get them up. We're getting, we're working out so the guests can hear us. And Sierra says that racism is alive and sick in the USA. Yeah, all forms of classism are. Got to work that out, everybody. Daphne McDonald, hey. Gerald Irvin is watching. Hey, hey, hey. Like and share, everybody. And go over to the YouTube page and like and subscribe. But like and share here. And let's talk about South Carolina. Do you think that, did she fix whatever was ailing this?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So you'll be able to hear the guest very shortly. But do you think, is anyone entitled to the black vote? Think about that. I mean, I like Joe Biden. I think he's a nice guy. That having been said, he was not supportive of busing when it counted. We got Anita Hill all smashed up.
Okay, we're coming.
Okay. Got Clarence Thomas because of him. Hey. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Santita Jackson Show on WCPT 820, the nation's largest progressive talk radio station. And we're streaming live on Santita Jackson and Friends on Facebook. Like and share, everybody. Like and share. All of my morning stars and everybody else, like and share. Like and share. And over on YouTube. Are we up on YouTube? Yes. The Santita Jackson Show. Everybody, like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. We want to hear from you. Call us at 773-763. WCPT 773-763-9278. Let us talk about the South Carolina primary. Jim Clyburn, the highest ranking African American in the U.S. House of Representatives, the House Majority Whip, he tearfully said that, you know, I am voting for Joe. I know him, we know him, and we feel good about him. Do you? I want to know what you think. Call me at 773-763-9278, 773-763-WCPT, and continue to like and share on YouTube. Latasha Brown, Black Voters Matter. Robert Patillo, Attorney Robert Patillo, noted, brilliant civil rights lawyer. Let me start with you, Latasha Brown. Latasha, as you are going around the state, as you've gone around the state with Black Voters Matter, as you are going around the South and all around the country with this Super Tuesday. First, South Carolina, what is it looking like? Okay, do we have Robert Patillo up? Okay, you know, Lady B, just call her and find out what's going on. And do we have any callers? I just want to know where we are. Well, you know, I want to know from you, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think that anyone is entitled to the black vote? Is it enough to know someone? Is it enough to feel comfortable with someone? Is that enough? I personally don't think so. I think you need to, and particularly when you know how much someone needs you. If black people do not turn out for Joe Biden, his candidacy will not survive. That means you are the most important constituency to him. Think about that. Think about that. What is the black community going to require of him? And coming out of the convention, he's going to need progressives. wait a minute, hold on, wait. If he becomes a nominee, it's a big if at this point because Bernie Sanders is the front runner. Um, if he becomes a nominee as a moderate, how will he pull progressives into his tent? A lot of people. You got a lot of people who have a lot of positions that are different from his. So you tell me, what should be the ask? What are you requiring? You shouldn't just give your vote away. You need to have people negotiate with you for your vote. And I'm saying that not just for the black vote. I say that for women. I say that for people of color. I say that for progressives. I say that for moderates. Because moderates are getting their needs met, right? But what about people who, as we look at the coronavirus that is coming, that is on 6 of the 7 continents, it is many people from the World Health Organization and certainly from our own National Institutes of Health are cautioning this is going to be a real problem in the United States. What about people who are uninsured? How will they be treated? What about people who are underinsured? What about people who do not have paid sick leave? These are the things we need to think about, and these are the questions that we need to be asking. These are the questions that we need to be asking in 2020, and I do mean right now. Do we have a callers up right now? Okay. No, do we?
No, Attorney Patillo first.
Attorney Patillo? Attorney Patillo? Okay, we don't have him up yet. Well, I do want to know what you all think. So I'm thinking that if we have callers. Okay, who do we have? Let's go to caller number 1. Okay. Well, like I said, I want to know what you're thinking. So continue to call me and reach out to me on Facebook, on the Santita, Jackson, and Friends page. Continue to go out and reach out to me on Facebook and let me know what you're thinking. Please reach out to me on YouTube on the Santita Jackson Show. Please reach out to me on YouTube on the Santita Jackson Show and leave your comments. Engage each other in conversation. And let's talk about what should be the asks. I mean, because we've been talking about the election 2020, but now we're in it. Do we have anybody up yet?
No.
Okay, we still don't have our callers. We still don't have them up yet. Well, it's live radio, so we're just working that out. But we do want to hear from Attorney Robert Patillo because he does have a lot to say. And we do want to hear, I think we have somebody here. Okay, let's bring him up. Attorney Patillo? Attorney Patillo? Okay, do we have Attorney Patillo yet? Okay, Attorney Patillo? He's not responding, Zoe, so I just need to know where. Let's bring him up. Attorney Patillo? Okay. All right, everybody. So let me go through some of our comments here over on Facebook. Therese asks, will Joe Biden win by a lot? I don't know. The Monmouth poll has him with a 20-point lead over Bernie Sanders. But then we have other polls that say, I was reading an article on 538 that said that it's very narrow. And then when I get down here on the ground, many people have a lot of positive things to say about Tom Steyer. So, the thing is, when I was hearing all of that, I mean, I was surprised when we talked to Kevin Gray weeks ago, and he said, look, Tom Steyer is making a lot of inroads in the state of South Carolina. I said, I'm not hearing that on a national level. It's something else, though, when you land in a place, and find out what people are talking about on the ground. The pundits, I think you need to watch them, everybody. You need to watch them because they're giving their opinions, and oftentimes they're affiliated with think tanks and other entities that they don't fully disclose on television or on the radio. So you don't know when people are giving their assessments of these candidacies, you don't know what they're talking about. Okay, do we have Attorney Patillo up yet? Okay, well, we'll just keep on. Attorney Patillo? Great, wonderful. Attorney Patillo, What is going on in South Carolina? I'm so glad that you were so patient with us, and we're going to get, if we can still get Latasha Brown, we're going to get her. But she is on a bus tour, and she's directing bus tours. Oh, Latasha Brown, we got you too. Okay, Latasha Brown. Oh, oh no, we can hear you. We can hear you, Attorney Patillo. What are your? Just keep on going. Uh, Okay, can you hear me, Attorney Patillo? Can you hear me, Latasha? Latasha, can you hear me? Attorney Patillo, oh wow, wow, they have so much to say. I don't know. I wish we could get them. You know what, Lady B, this is what we're gonna do. Have her direct them to give us 2 minutes apiece. Just tell them to do that right quick. Okay? Because we do want to hear from these people because they are in the South and they are doing voter registration. They are doing voter protection. They are interacting. Latasha Brown from Black Voters Matter and Attorney Robert Patillo. They are showing us. My goodness, they're working with people every day. And they're hearing what people are thinking, not pundits, what people are thinking. And that's why I'm in South Carolina today. That's why I'm going to be here through Sunday, because I want to know what people are thinking, not pundits, what people are thinking, what people are thinking. So, Zoe, if you would, have Attorney Patillo come up and give me 2 minutes of comments and have Latasha Brown just pipe them up and let them know that they can just go. Okay? Are we about ready? I'm on a commercial. Okay. Okay, we're back at the. Oh boy, we're having quite a morning. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Do we have Robert Patillo? Do we have him back yet? Just bring him up, or just bring Latasha Brown up. Just bring them up, Zoe. Just bring them up and let them. Just tell them that we can give them a couple of minutes to talk. Okay. Let's do that because I do want people to hear. Hey, Lorraine. Hey, Michael. And Chapearl. Lorraine said, Shaka Khan said, what you going to do for me? I agree with that. So continue to call us at 773-763-9278, 773-763 WCPT. And also let me know what you think about the anti-lynching bill. It seems to me that's something so easy. Republicans and Democrats came together and voted that bill and passed it. And yet there were 24 who voted against it and 16 who abstained or who did not vote. What is up with that? But South Carolina is something that everybody's waiting for. I know I'm waiting for it. I'm really, really anxious to see. I'm really, really anxious to see how everybody's going to do. And more than that, I want to dig down underneath the numbers and find out why people voted for the people they voted. Why did you vote for anybody? How will Amy Klobuchar and Senator Amy Klobuchar and former South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg, how will they vote? They both have not been able to connect with the black voter. And have they been able to make inroads in South Carolina? Interestingly enough, the co-chair of Pete Buttigieg's campaign is an African American, Mel McMorris, a very successful businessman. Um, but something's not happening with him. And he's not even part of the conversation from what I'm hearing here. Tom Steyer is, though, interestingly enough. Tom Steyer is, did she bring them up?
No, not yet.
She's not able to bring them up? Okay. No, I mean, can we?
Yes, I told her how.
Oh,
so
okay, no,
hopefully
no. Can we bring them up? Okay, that's all I need to know. Can we get them?
Not yet.
Okay,
Give
not
her
yet.
a minute.
Okay, do we have any callers we can bring on?
Not yet.
Okay, we can't. Well, unfortunately, everybody, let me explain. We're in another studio in Columbia, South Carolina, and we've been having some connection issues, and so we thank you for your patience in advance. We thank you for that because we do want you did really want you to hear from Attorney Robert Patillo and Latasha Brown, who's going to leave us very, very shortly from Black Voters Matter. So you could hear on the ground from other people what is going on. But I tell you this, as we go into tomorrow, this is do or die for Joe Biden. How will he do? How will the highest ranking African American in Congress, how will his endorsement, Jim Clyburn's endorsement, will that be enough to propel him? He's always been in the lead here in South Carolina, but the lead has been diminished as people have gotten to know the other candidates even better, as Bernie Sanders has been winning, winning, winning as this primary caucus season has started. How will all of this work? What's going to happen with Elizabeth Warren now? I mean, what do you think is going to happen? Must she finish in the top three, not just the top four? How will this buy Tom Steyer some more time? Will this get new eyeballs on him? Will Bernie Sanders, um, how will he do? How will maybe, well, what, how will a win impact? How could a win for him impact Super Tuesday? How could a strong second impact Super Tuesday? How could second place impact Super Tuesday? There's so many issues that are at play here, so many issues that are at play. We've got to think about that because it's a really, really, South Carolina is big, and guess what? On Tuesday, Super Tuesday's big. Super Tuesday's big. So, were we able to get anybody up yet?
I'm
Nope.
trying to.
Okay, well, everybody, we're just going to keep on trying. We're going to keep on trying. And let me see. Let me see. Okay. You said now Rod, is it Rod Gouch? Hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. You said healthcare is extremely important in these times. Absolutely, particularly with this coronavirus. But I think that we need to ask candidates now about preparedness for something like this. I mean, what about that? Because, the President Trump has been cutting these budgets. It's been a real issue. It's been a real issue. And now is not the time to cut. And we're not getting the people on this commission to really study the coronavirus and deal with it, who most folks would agree are very, very qualified to deal with the coronavirus itself. So, but politics is my thing. It is it. I want to know. I want to know from everybody. What do you think is going to happen in South Carolina? And of course, in the next hour, we're going to be talking with David Masiotra. David Masiotra of Salon Magazine. He says, yes, President Trump has been toxic, but you know what? He's poisoned the system. Yes, he has said that. He said, but guess what? The toxins were already here. Yeah, I cannot wait to hear what he's got to say. We got to make sure that we'll be able to get him up so we can hear him say it. Oh my goodness. So everybody continue to call me at 773-763-WCPT, 773-763-9278, and let's talk about the anti-lynching bill, which passed overwhelmingly in the House of Representatives. Thank you, Bobby Rush. He's been working on this for years, and he has worked very hard to make lynching a crime, a federal crime. Can you believe that it has not been a federal crime? Black people have been in the United States, well, before it was the United States. Not just 1619, which we've been famously commemorating this in the past year, and we should have. But we actually got here in the 1500s because the Spanish were the first to come over to try and conquer or steal the Americas. And so we've been here more than 500 years. We've been here. And in all of this time, lynching has not been we have not had a federal anti-lynching law. Think about that. And think about these four men who were able to justify voting against making lynching a law outlawing lynching. I mean, who does that? Think about that. Do we have them up yet?
Attorney Patillo.
Okay, Attorney Patillo. We don't have him up yet. Attorney Patillo.
We got disconnected.
Okay, well, we're going to keep on. Do we have him up yet? Okay, we got disconnected. Do we have Latasha Brown? Hi. Then what she should do is feed questions to him. Just feed questions. No, 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 no. Feed questions to him. Next, is Latasha still there? Okay, no, no. Can he hear me?
Not yet. Not yet. Just
No, he can't hear me at all. It's almost over. Hmm. You know, we're going to do this way. Zoe, I want you to ask Robert Patillo. Ask him if he would. Ask him if he would. What would happen if? What happens if Joe Biden loses? What if he wins by a big margin? Just ask him that because I want to know where does he go from here? Because it's amazing, and I think that people who the black voters need to understand just how important their vote is because his entire candidacy is hanging on them. And I want to know what he has promised black people, if anything. Well, you know what? And let's keep him on hold so that he can hear me, Zoe. But has he promised the black community anything specifically? That is to say, you've got the House Majority Whip, the highest ranking African American. Oh, is that Latasha? Can you hear me now, Latasha? No, no, no worries. Latasha, we please weigh in. What's going on? What are we seeing in South Carolina? No, put her on hold, Zoe, so that she can hear me. Latasha, you weigh in on South Carolina. You tell me, what do you see? Do you see Steyer rising? Do you see Joe Biden winning by a commanding margin? Do you see Bernie Sanders winning? And what have any of these candidates promised the black community? I can hear you. Okay, Zoe, just let her know that I can hear her and I want her to go on and answer the question. Put her on hold and let her know that I can hear her so that she can answer the question. Thank you, Zoe. have 2 minutes. Okay. Get me out of here first. Everybody, that was LaTasha Brown of Black Voters Matter. I hope to see her while I'm down here in South Carolina, but we're certainly going to see Black Voters Matter before we get out of here. And Attorney Robert Patillo, thank you for being patient with us as we've been working through all of these issues today. Zoe in Chicago, you know we love you and we appreciate you, and we're going to work this out. We are going to be talking with David Maciota. We're going to get some sense of what he thinks about South Carolina and what he thinks about President Trump. You know, many people are saying blue no matter who. And I said, no, I don't think you need to do that. I think you need to be very, very, very specific about what it is that you want from these candidates. When you have a former vice president of the United States whose candidacy will not survive unless you vote for him, that is the black vote votes for him, unless he gets some of these young white progressives, some of these young black progressives, you need to have a list of demands. You really, really do. You really do. What is your ask? And please don't tell me. Please, please don't tell me about knowing someone's heart and how they feel. I don't care how you feel. I want to know how you govern. How about that? Your feelings matter not to me in politics. I think that's nice. It's cute. But I need to know how you stand, where you stand on gentrification, affirmative action, Medicare for all, public health, public schools for all, and equal access to equal high quality education and health care and housing and livable wages and prosperity wages and student loan debt. Those are the issues that I'm concerned about. How are you going to deal with the coronavirus? Because you know what? Once we deal with this coronavirus, and in one way or another we'll get dealt with, what about the next one? That's when you understand how important not just health insurance, universal access to equal high quality health care, how important it is for everybody. Because you can be the richest person with the best, with all the money and the best insurance in the world. But guess what? If your neighbor, if your housekeeper, if your maid, if your caregiver doesn't have health insurance, you got a problem. More of the Santita Jackson Show in just a minute.
I don't know if I have to down 9. Normally I should have thought about that because I didn't think.
No, just okay. We got it. Just so let's go on and call him from here. Tim is next door.
Do I have to dial 9 to call the guest?
No.
No, I can call.
Which phone are you calling on?
You'll be able to feed him in through here?
In here, right?
All right.
Because
The
it's
thing,
got-
the thing that the phone that feeds into this is this.
Oh, it's that one?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's that one.
perfect.
So what you would do,
What time does your show go on?
In an hour.
Oh,
okay,
an hour from now?
Mm-hmm.
all right,
Nine.
this is the phone line?
Yeah.
All right, so what you would do, let me see if you can hear, tell me you hear dial tone.
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Anybody hear one? Hold on.
Nothing.
Nothing?
It should be audition and telephone, right?
Yeah, that should be the pod. Try this.
Just let me try calling them and then let me take them.
Oh, now I hear it.
Now I can hear.
Okay.
I got it.
All right, that's
Okay.
it.
See, we knew it because we had Tim here. He's like, get this camera out of my face.
I need camera. I need camera.
You do.
I need camera. in
You
my
do.
life.
You
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Stand-up
You
comedian.
know what you should all you do? Where do you perform?
Wherever they pay me at. I'll be in Shoney's at the buffet if they pay me. You know, in front
Don't
of
laugh.
it. But this weekend, next weekend.
Wait a minute. Olita Adams was discovered at the
I'm sorry.
Hyatt in Kansas City.
Really?
Yeah, Tears for Fears came in and said, "Who is this woman?"
Really?
Absolutely.
That's what's up. Well, maybe I should just go hang out. But they're not doing that in Columbia, South Carolina. I tell
Honey,
people all the
wait a
time.
minute, get
Quincy Jones
bad
ain't
enough
never
they
ride
will.
through.
How about that?
So just stop. These came on, so
Okay.
this don't mean anything?
No. These 3 lines are your lines.
Okay, so then I'll just go to this first.
Right.
And then down.
Now, you can put the person on hold too, and then go to this one. You can have all 3 of these lines.
Okay. That's what I'm
Then
moving.
you got this one. You put that one on hold.
Okay,
Then you want to go back to it.
okay,
Right. Switch off lines.
okay.
So we're going to bring him on through here, Vidalia?
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
All right,
fantastic.
but here's the thing. In order for that to come through there, the phone has to stay on the hook.
Right,
Yeah.
so that, but I need to dial him.
Oh yeah, you can. I think you can dial it. You know, while it's on the thing. But yeah, you can do it.
Thank
like
you
that.
all for being so patient with us. We've been trying to work this out. And you know what? I have to let you all in on a little secret. We're going to be in syndication next week. That's right. Which is great.
Kill
That's
it.
right. That's right. And so we're trying to work out, and with syndication, you know, I
And then
travel,
go next
and I'm going to have to do that. And so we're working out issues. We're working out issues, you know, with being at, you know, not being at our home station. So I want to thank you for being patient. And I want to thank Robert Bertillo and Latasha Brown for being so patient as we worked all this out. And sending Zoe and, of course, Lady B, much love for making all of this happen. Let me go on and thank Miss Latasha Brown.
595.
Okay, you know, there's a phone, you know, this is on Vidalia.
This blue one.
You're putting a number on the air.
You too. I don't have my glasses either.
Okay, let me let him know. Let me let her know. Thank her.
595 0460.
I thank them for being so patient.
And then pick up.
Well, you can talk to him through the mic. If you pick up, but I don't want you to hang up on him. But you can pick up if you want to, I guess.
Okay, so
Is it ringing?
Oh, now I hear something. I hear da,
Oh.
da, 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 da.
All right, let's try.
219 again.
I got it.
595 0460.
Babe, thank you so much for being so patient with us today.
Well, what's the number? Did we
I don't
call
know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
keep
I don't know.
going.
But we've got to.
978. 803.
No, we couldn't. But you know, I'm trying to work it out because you know we're up in
978.
Milwaukee and Madison next week.
1001.
1001.
Yep. And so I'll have to tell you about that because where are you gonna? Are you gonna be in Columbia anytime by Sunday? Call me as soon as you get in. Where are you?
Okay, and then
Where
when
are
he
you staying?
calls, I just pick
Hit the button, and it should come through that
Well,
pod.
which part.
Well, let me know because
Whatever one's lit.
I'll let you know
Oh.
where I am.
And then
You
we
can
I'm
call in on the
Okay.
Yes, and I think my mom's moving out my room because my dad gets here, which means she's moving out. She's moving in with him. So if you want to share my room, you can. Okay.
This is that good luggage. When I'm at the airport and stuff, when I see people riding, I'll be
Well,
like,
oh, girl,
"Save
look,
money."
knock it out. But thank you so much. But I'll let you know where. I'll send you a text and let you know where we're staying because my father's gonna stay at that hotel too. So it'll be great to have breakfast
There
with
it
him in
is.
the morning.
Okay. So just
Get it.
I don't know. I don't
Well,
know because
David?
you all just left here too.
thank you.
But don't worry about
Hold
it.
on.
You know.
Hold on, okay?
Okay, love you, hon.
Thank you.
Let me know how it goes. I'll go. Okay, bye bye. Oh wow.
Thank you. Love you.
Are we out? Bring me out. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Santita Jackson Show. Tim is a genius.
Yes.
What? Oh no, don't even. Come on, Hanson.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Working
What
it
up,
out,
what up?
everybody.
You
Come
too,
on,
you
let's
too,
go.
you too.
Look, you gotta
Thank
have an
you.
attitude of gratitude. Tim and John,
Yes.
working it out. That's right. So everybody, boy, you know, and I'm going to call Robert Patillo just after the show. Want to thank all of you for being so patient with us as we talked about South Carolina. I just talked my way all the way through the segment almost, but Latasha Brown, who was on her way to speak at University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, was telling us, giving us her assessment of South Carolina and what's going to happen tomorrow. She's saying that, wait a minute, it's going to be a little bit more even. It's going to be a little bit more spread out than these that a lot of the headlines are saying, because you have got young people, young black people, and older black people. There's a split. Older black people supporting Vice President Biden. Younger black people are supporting Bernie Sanders. It seems like there's just a generational split. So we're talking about that. We're going to be talking about that. And we're more than that. We're going to be talking about that this afternoon, starting at 12 o'clock. Central Standard Time. And of course, I'm also going to peek in and out on Joni Esposito's show, which you should listen to every day. You know, she is the best. We're going to be giving you an assessment of what we're hearing. We're going to be giving on Santita Jackson and Friends. Go there today at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to talk for like an hour or so with different voters about just about what they're seeing, about what they're hearing, about how they might be voting, about the issues that are driving them to the polls. The South Carolina primary is allegedly the first black primary. What will all of that mean tomorrow? And isn't it amazing? Reverend Jackson is right, Lady B. He said this more than 30 years ago. The hands that picked cotton are now picking presidents. That's right. Who would think that a former vice president of the United States would absolutely tell black voters that I've got to have you in order to keep my campaign going. But what does he promise black people? What? See, I'm telling you, I don't care who it is. I mean, even with someone we love, Barack Obama, look, before you give someone your vote, they need to meet your demands. You got to have demands. You got to have demands. Look, my mother has requirements, and my parents have been married almost 60 years. You got to have that, Lady B. You got to have them. Got to have them. Okay, let's go through a few headlines, Zoe, just before we go to David Mastiotro, who's got this tremendous essay in Salon. He said, Donald Trump has poisoned American culture, but the toxin was here all along. Oh, his vulgarity and cruelty has done it. They've done enormous damage, but let's stop pretending he's un-American. Ouch. What did he mean by that? Clyburn, Jim Clyburn, the House Majority Whip, the highest-ranking black person in the House of Representatives, has endorsed Joe Biden's presidential bid, giving him a much-needed boost. But will it be enough to propel him to a win? Will it be enough to make young people come to him? Wow, because young people, young African Americans are moving to Bernie Sanders with a fierceness, with a ferocity. What will that mean? What will it mean? And what will it mean going forward into Super Tuesday, which is just a couple of days from now, a few days from now? He said, I know Joe Biden, I know his character, his heart, and his record. Joe Biden has stood for the hard-working people of South Carolina. We know Joe, but more importantly, he knows us. In South Carolina, we choose presidents. I'm calling on you to stand with Joe Biden. What do you think about that? The Emmett Till bill. We have Congressman Bobby Rush to thank for the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act, an ode to Emmett Till, a native of Chicago, 14-year-old African-American boy who was kidnapped, beaten, and lynched. Beaten so horribly that he didn't even look human, everybody. And his mother made the courageous decision to open the casket and let people see him. In fact, when he was killed, when she went to Mississippi to get the body, there was a controversy as to whether there was a question as to whether they were going to give her the body. And the only way that the state of Mississippi would turn the body over to Mrs. Mamie Till Mobley was if she did not open the casket. Can you imagine? And so she said, okay. And when they got him to Chicago, she opened it. And it completely changed the trajectory of all of our lives, white, black, yellow, red, and brown. It kicked off the modern civil rights movement. Even my parents say, not even people of their generation say, when I saw his picture in Jet magazine, which is why it's important to have a Jet in Ebony, because John Johnson made the courageous decision to publish his picture in the casket. My mother and father say, when I saw his picture, because he's their age, I was never the same, and I was determined that America was going to be a very different place. But that having been said, there were 16 lawmakers who did not vote on this bill, and there are 4 lawmakers who voted against it. And I want you to you need to call their offices today. Justin Amash of Michigan. Yes, he is the senator, he's the congressman who famously switched from being a Republican to being an independent because he supported the impeaching of Donald Trump. But you have GOP members Ted Yoho of Florida, Louis Gohmert of Texas, and Thomas Massie of Kentucky. Ted Yoho of Florida, Louis Gohmert of Texas, and Thomas Massie of Kentucky, and Justin Amash of Michigan. You need to call their offices today and say shame. You should. You absolutely should. In 2020, we're debating whether or not lynching should be an anti-lynching bill should be federal law? Are you kidding me? How is it? What's the debate? How can the U.S. confront the coronavirus with 28 million people uninsured? This is an op-ed piece from Truth Out. I'm posting that today. How is that going to work? Think about it. Think about people who are uninsured. Think about people who are underinsured. Think about people who do not have paid sick leave, Lady B. Better think about it all. Okay, everybody, David Masiotra, one of our favorite people here, has written an incredible piece, and I think it's a thought-provoking piece. It's very provocative, but you know what, Lady B, David Masiotra is always provocative. And oh my goodness, what did I do to get this gift of this man in my life? Oh my goodness. He said, Donald Trump has poisoned American culture, but the toxin was here all along. Donald Trump's cruelty and vulgarity have done enormous damage. But let's stop pretending he's un-American. Welcome back to the show, David Masiotra. David? Oh my goodness, we've got to get him. We've got to get him lined up. So what do you think, everybody? Oh, we're going to get him up. Do we have David Masiotra yet? All right, everybody. He writes, here is a good truth and advertising political slogan. How much money will it bring in? That is also the question that Alexis de Tocqueville argued Americans used to ascertain the value of everything in this world. The almighty profit motive is driving Americans, everybody. Wow, wow. In the wealthiest nation in the world, we have people, children, who suffer brain damage from drinking water contaminated with high levels of lead. Prisons have become the leading institution for the mentally ill, and hundreds of thousands of Americans declare bankruptcy every year because they cannot afford to pay their medical bills. He writes, caring for the sick and nurturing children cannot compete with the twin gods of enrichment and consumption in what historian Walter McDougall called a nation of hustlers. Ooh, in the words of President Calvin Coolidge, the business of America is business. So when you think about that, is Donald Trump really so alien to who we are? When you hear so many people say, this is not who we are, is that really true? David Masiotra, are you with us? Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, no, you can hear me. Great, great, great. Tell me, David, Donald Trump has poisoned American culture, but the toxin was here all along. What do you mean by that? Ask him to stay. He should come on. Mm-hmm. Like what? Like what American values? Because we keep hearing. I've heard politician after politician say, "America, this is not who we are," and I have to say, yeah, it is. We did have Jim Crow and we did have slavery. Women have only been able to vote 100 years. Only propertied white men could vote when they got here to the United States. I mean, come on. I mean, you have 90% of the Native American, the indigenous population, have been wiped out. David, I mean, I'm not trying to beat anyone up, but I think that if we don't understand our history, we cannot understand our future. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Yes. I need you to explain that. What do you mean this could lay the foundation for yet another Donald Trump? I mean, are you saying that we'll be lulled to sleep? Because it seems to me that we were lulled to sleep with a black president. I mean, as proud as we were and still are of him, um, we didn't push back against policies with which we disagreed. And I think that we should have. I think that would have been healthier for his presidency, and it would have been healthier for us as an American people. Pushing back against someone, done respectfully, everybody, done respectfully, it's not a bad thing. Please, David Masiotra, you know my mother. Every day she sees something that I need to do right or do better, and she does not hesitate to tell me. But it helps me to get better and more correct, right? Yes. Hmm. Everybody, I want you to give me a call at 773-763-WCPT, 773-763-9278. We're coming to you live from Columbia, South Carolina. We're going to be covering the South Carolina primary. It'll be the end of the first Big Four: Iowa, New Hampshire, and of course, Nevada and South Carolina. Really, when you pull them all together, they give you a sense of America. It, a sense of America. And now we're going into Super Tuesday, which is going to give you another chunk of America. You're going to go from the south all the way to the left coast to California. Got a lot to talk about. But right now, we're still waiting on what's going to happen in South Carolina on tomorrow. I want to talk with you though. Everyone says blue no matter who. Everybody says we've just got to get Trump out. If you don't understand where President Trump came from and how very American, how very much like us he is, we're going to miss the whole point. Reflexively hating him, that means you can reflexively love him. Trust me, I know this. Anyone you have vested this much emotion in, you are 1 second away from liking them a whole lot. You need to understand why we are where we are and what all of this means. So let's talk about it on the Santita Jackson Show with David Masiocha, brilliant writer from Salon. He's saying, you know what, you keep talking about this poison that President Trump is, but guess what? You better understand that the toxins were here all along. David, I'm going to bring on someone who was with us in the last hour. We didn't get a chance to hear a lot from him, but he's someone who, if you don't know him, I want you to know him. Attorney Robert Patillo, brilliant lawyer. He's been listening, and we want to know what you think. David Masiocha said, President Trump has poisoned the well here. But the toxins were already here, everybody. More of the Santita Jackson Show. Santita Jackson and friends and everybody, of course, join us at 12 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time as we join you from the Railroad Restaurant here in Columbia, South Carolina, talking with voters about how they're going to vote and why. More of the Santita Jackson Show. Me and Lady B in just a minute. Hmm. Okay. So we're good now. We have Robert Patillo. He's going to be up and he's going to be okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt went and fixed it.
What was going on?
She said it was wheat net.
It was what?
Wheat net.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about it when we get off the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
You know me. I'm just curious from jump.
I don't think it was.
Well, we'll work it out. So you know what we need to do on Monday? We need to do a test run with the Wisconsin station.
With the what?
With the Wisconsin station.
Yes.
Make sure that our connection, okay? So I'm just make sure our connection is right. Okay. Boy. Okay, we're coming up. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Santita Jackson Show, coming to you live from Columbia, South Carolina. This is the primary everyone's looking for. Everyone is trying to figure out how Joe Biden is going to do, how Bernie Sanders is going to do, how Tom Steyer is going to do, Elizabeth Warren, Amy Klobuchar, Pete Buttigieg, boom, and everybody else. And what will it all mean anyway? What will it all mean? What will it all mean? And how could it impact Super Tuesday? And what is this all going to? How's everything going to work out when we get to Milwaukee this summer? Who's going to reach 1991? And if that person does not reach, if no one reaches 1991, how will we negotiate that? Something to think about, everybody. But right now we're talking with David Masiotra, about really something that's deep in the culture. And David Masiotra of Salon Magazine asks a very compelling question, and this essay is one that you've got to read. So many people say now, oh my goodness, we've never been here before. That is not true. America, this is not who we are. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. He said Donald Trump has poisoned American culture, but the toxin was here all along. His cruelty and vulgarity have done enormous damage, but let's stop pretending he's un-American. Let's stop pretending as if this is not who we are. And you know what? I wanted to have Attorney Robert Patillo, David Masiocha, respond to what he has heard from you, because this is such a brilliant premise. But before we get to Attorney Robert Patillo, why don't you lay out for our listeners who might just be joining us from all over the country, what did you mean when you wrote this essay? Number one, I want to know why you wrote it and what you meant when you wrote it. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Attorney Robert Patillo, what say you? You know what? I want to go to some of these callers. And very quickly, everybody, I know we're moving really fast today, but I want to thank you for being patient with us. We have a full bank of callers. People want to get right to it. Pete, what's on your mind? Pete? Oh, great, Pete. Very quickly, what's your comment? Pete? Uh huh. Yes. No, they did not. But you know, Pete, you know what? Now, no, 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 no. Now, the one thing I'm not going to have you do here is be disruptive to the conversation. If you're going to be constructive, you can participate. If you're going to be disruptive, and we're not going to do that. I mean, the thing is, what I want you to do. This is our collective history. I think that's part of the problem that you have here. You keep looking at it as white history, black history, your history, my history. Honey, you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound. When did your family get here, Pete? Let me just ask you that. Okay, oh, hold on, and you know what? And you had every right to come here. That having been said, for example, in my family, what we've been able to trace, and we just started doing that, my family got here in the early 1700s. That having been said, that doesn't make me more American than you, but it does make my American experience very different than yours. Because my family, because we were enslaved and because we are also Native American people, we gave you a country to come to. But you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound. That is to say, all that black people did, we didn't give you free labor. We gave you unpaid labor that created the biggest economic juggernaut that the world has ever known. You have to embrace all of it because it's your history too. The wiping out, the what? No, 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 no. This I don't want to hear anything about white people, black people, but I want you to talk about the truth because you're very, very protective of a history that I don't even think you quite understand. David, why don't you respond to Pete? But Pete, Republicans and Democrats voted to no, wait, Pete. It was 410 to 4. No. I want no, no, but no. I'm going to let you finish, but I want you to finish with accuracy. Otherwise, you have no place here. You have to understand because this is not a fact-free zone. This is not. We deal with no. We deal no. Republicans and Democrats agreed on this. So don't make this partisan. Make get to the point. This is not a partisan issue. You have four Republicans who refused. You have four Republicans who refused to affirm this bill, but you have many other Republicans who said, yes, the Emmett Till anti-lynching bill ought to be law. And it was a no, and it was bipartisan, and that's done. I'm done, Pete. Now I'm not gonna let you do this anymore. Not today. No. And you're not gonna be rude to me either. We're not gonna do this. You're gonna deal with facts, and we're gonna do it respectfully. We respectfully disagree here. You know that. But I'm not gonna give you this kind of time. Not when other people need space. Let me go to you, Ronald. What's on your mind, Mr. Ronald? Good. What's on your mind? Hmm. Okay. Well, let me go to you, Chris. What's on your mind, Chris? Thank you so much for calling us today, Chris. Thank you. Yes, Chris. What's on your mind? Well, we don't want to. I I know, and I appreciate that, but we don't want to call him any names. I disagree with him, and I disagree with that position. I just want, whether we are in agreement or not, I just want us to do it with dignity, and let's not take anyone's dignity away. So go on. What's on your mind, sweetie? That's okay. Thank you. Well, look, and your opinion matters. So, I mean, you don't have to apologize for anything, Chris. You really don't. What's up, David? Were you about to jump in? I'm sorry, Chris. Yes. Mm. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Well, absolutely. I mean, Robert Patillo, what did you hear? Let me go to you, Roosevelt. Roosevelt, what's on your mind? Very quickly. But you know what? But you know what, Roosevelt? I will say this is we're going to have to bring this to a close pretty quickly because we're going to be off there in about 4 minutes, and I would like for Robert Patillo and then David Masiotra to close us out. You know, the thing is, we have had a racist strain that has run throughout the entire history of the republic and before. I mean, you had Republicans and Democrats, modern day and those of old. When the Democrats were Dixiecrats, and when the Democrats became, a party that supported desegregation. I mean, you've had the Lincoln Republicans, you've had racist and classist all through the history of the party. And I'm just saying that whether it's disguised in liberalism, progressivism, or good old fashioned so called conservatism, Robert Patillo just needs to be called out and rooted out. Attorney Patillo? No, no, because I'm going to need to, we're going to have to go out in a couple of minutes. Attorney Patillo? Mm. Mm. Well, David, the last minute and a half belong to you. David Masiotra, everybody. David Masiotra, you have got to read his piece. I've already tweeted it out. I've posted it on Facebook. Donald Trump has poisoned American culture, but the toxin was here all along. Everybody, you know what? If you found out that you had cancer, you don't need to take cold medicine. You don't need Theraflu. You need radiation or you need chemo. So let us correctly diagnose what ails us so that we can take the correct medicine. Might make our hair fall out, might depress our immune systems for a minute, but guess what? We can put the cancer in remission. You never get rid of cancer. It stays in you because it's a virus. But guess what? You can put it in remission. You can beat it back. But you can only do that when you are courageous enough to accept the diagnosis and do something about it. So everybody, it's not about necessarily, you better, before you say blue, no matter who, you better find out who you're voting for. And you better get the right ask. Otherwise, you're not going to get what you want. You just might get who you want. And you certainly will not get what you need. So before you get who you want, get what you need. That's what this negotiation process is about in this primary season. That's what the convention is about. And then once that person is elected, whether you voted for them or not, then you got to negotiate all over again. I love you, everybody. I'll see you this afternoon at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Santita, Jackson, and Friends as we talk to the people of South Carolina. Me and Lady B. Love you, everybody. Thank you, Zoe, and everybody in Chicago. Matt, love you, love you, love you. See you in a little bit. Okay, we can let, I wish I could talk to you all today. Everybody, we're not going to be able to do that. Ooh. We're going to have to let you go, but I love you and I thank you for being so patient as we were working out all of these issues. Like I said, we're about to go up in a couple of other cities next week, and we'll be expanding to some other cities beyond that. And so, and I'll be on the road some. I'll be on the road, so we're going to have to work all of this stuff out while we're there. But I thank you. God bless you. Thank you so much for being for for us being one big family, and for working it all out with us today. You didn't leave, and I really appreciate it. Even if you ducked out, you came back because you knew we'd work it out. Because we've got Lady B in charge. We cannot wait to see you. Remember, this afternoon, 1 o'clock Central Standard Eastern Time, and 12 o'clock 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We will be coming up on Santita, Jackson, and Friends. We're going to share this with WCPT's page, so that you can see, and will be on YouTube as well. The Santita Jackson Show, the Santita Jackson Show. Like and subscribe. Santita Jackson and Friends. Like and share. We're going to be talking about the election. So, Tim, say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Tim Wilkins, everybody. He is here. He does hip hop here in Columbia, South Carolina, the capital of South Carolina. But we just thank him, and we thank John for getting us up today and for getting in real early this morning so that they could make sure that we came to you. Love you, everybody. See you at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Thank you, YouTubers.
All
Love
right.
you.
And YouTubers, thank you. That's right. Like and subscribe. The Santita Jackson Show. And Facebook, love, all that love. Like and share. Love you. I'll see you in a few hours.